Hello and welcome to today's Top Tips Tuesday. If you like the video, please make sure to like and subscribe and we'll get started. So today we're going to be going through what to do when at a property viewing. We actually went on one today and I think it'll be a really good example of one to look at and to go through and what kind of things to make sure you ask and know about when going through a property viewing. So the first thing and most importantly is taking photos. Now obviously there are probably photos online of a property if it's online with an agent or you might have already some access to some sort of photos with the property. But getting your own photos can be really important, partly because obviously you want to make sure that you have your own record of the property and your own sort of knowledge of the property, but also it forces you to look at different parts of the property, things that you might have otherwise missed. By taking just basic photos, you start looking a little bit more around the room, it just opens your gaze a little bit and you start to be a little bit more aware of the different ailments that might be within the property that you otherwise could have missed. Obviously with agent photos as well, they could be biased, so they might try and hide different things. Once again, by taking your own photos, it means you can avoid that. So as you can see by these photos, it clearly needs a little bit of work, a little bit of a refurb. So by taking the photos, make sure that you know the breakdown of the different parts of the property that you want to refurb, things that you want to add to. It means you can start getting your costings in mind and get an idea of what kind of things you'll need to do as and when you buy the property. You can also use these photos to compare them to other properties that you may have seen. It helps you when you're trying to get your pricing for your refurb, as well as also when you're trying to figure out what kind of value you want to put on a house, what kind of price you might be willing to offer. So the next thing you need to be aware of is making sure that you ask the agent the right questions. When going through these viewings, it can be very easy to get sort of lost in it and just be looking around and actually forget to ask the right sort of questions and the relevant questions. It is really important to make sure you get all the information you can from the agent, and if they haven't got anything, there's no harm in asking them, maybe finding out from them where you might be able to get access to that sort of information. With this property, you can see that it clearly needs a bit of work, so make sure that you're aware of what level of work is needing doing. So if you ask the agent about things like the roof or structure of the property, with this one obviously it's a flat, so actually there's not really much issue with that because the block management company will cover that. But still being aware of things like damp, perhaps any cracks in the wall, problems with the window, boiler, electrics, there's things that you need to be aware of which the agent may already know. It saves you a lot of effort with the due diligence. And it's also important to make sure that you get into that really good habit when going through your viewings. It might be worth getting some sort of checklist. That's what I personally like to use. By using a checklist, it means that you have a set of points that you want to try and cover. And before you go through any sort of purchasing process, you want to make sure that you have all of these questions answered and filled out. A viewing is your first port of call when trying to get that type of information. It also sets you off so you know where you kind of stand with the property and means you can go forward and find the right information moving forward. Lastly, a really good way to round off a property viewing is asking the agent if there's anything else they have. Obviously, even if the property is of really good interest to you, asking the agent what else they might have coming through is absolutely no harm at all. And also makes the agent know that you're interested, still keen on looking at more properties, and makes them think that you're a little bit more serious as well. It gives a good impression of yourself. Thanks for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe, and if you have anything else you'd like to see in the future, please leave a comment down below. See you next time.